Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading today. Today we're doing an elemental read. We're going to talk about health, wealth, finances, relationships, a little bit of advice from your higher self, general energies from the universe on what you can do next. This is a timeless reading, but if it's important to you, I am doing the reading and posting it in the month of February. And we're going to start with a general energy from this Urban Crow Oracle deck. Okay, we've got two cards, definitely came together, so we are taking them both. We've got release and influence. Okay, not familiar cards to me. We're gonna take a peek at what these have to say real quick to get started on your reading and the general energy that you have for this reading. When the time comes when you cannot grieve anymore and it's time to let go, release is that next step. This card may come to you when you need help moving forward or accepting an ending. It is time to move on, rise up, and release yourself from the past. Release represents the transition between letting go and moving on. It is that moment when we become aware that we can no longer hold on to the past or an event that cannot be altered. You may need to consider if your situation is blocked or impacted by something that needs to be released. Wow, this is very similar to Capricorn's reading I just had, I gotta say. If you have Capricorn in your chart in any way, you might want to check out that reading, which should be posted around the same time as yours. Influence brings to your awareness the decisions that you may not have made if it weren't for an outside force leading the way. I see. Kind of like a teenager jumping off the bridge because their friends are jumping off the bridge. Like a Pied Piper leading the way with intoxicating music. You may be caught in another spell. A situation, whether it be current, from the past, or in the near future, may be the result of someone's charm or talent at swaying people. When the influence appears, consider taking a moment to examine if you've been swayed into making a decision that you might not have made if the situation were different. For example, a salesperson may influence your decision to buy something you can't afford if they know the right way to manipulate you. Ooh, okay. All right, so we've got release and influence. I think I've got an energy here of somebody who may have influenced you and it's created some harm for you and you're ready to release it, or you need to release it. Caused a lot of grief, pain, suffering. And look at all the cigarette butts here in this, like that doesn't feel good to me. There's a wine bottle in the background, a trash can, this reeks of that kind of teenage energy of influence, but we know that there's other influence. There's master manipulators in this world, and you could have been at the hands of somebody who was very manipulative and influenced you into making some decisions or choices that really hurt you. And these birds, these crows flying up away from what's going on down here, this pain, just darting straight up away from it, about as far and as fast away from this energy as they can possibly get. I like that, and I feel like that's your energy. Woo! Rest and strife. So in the area of career, money, or finances, there is a period of rest coming or needed. We've got a lot of cards that came here. Okay, 3. Got an Ace of Cups that came out on the desk. Sorry, you will notice if you've seen me for a while, when I'm really into the energy, I stumble upon words, I repeat myself, I have big pauses. I do my best to edit, but I don't want to over edit so that you're not having to deal with, I'm not speaking very fluidly when I read sometimes. Apprentice of Cups, 6 of Wands, and a Tower in reverse. Well, that is all very much this energy. I feel like you've won something. Whatever this difficult this influence was that we were picking up on the energy for you, Cancer, that caused a lot of difficulty for you. It was very, very difficult. We've got a Tower in reverse and like a Page of Cups in reverse. It may have been in a romantic relationship. There may have been some sort of like a manipulation. You may have been in a relationship with somebody who was very manipulative. They could have really taken advantage of you. It was very heartbreaking. Like they took advantage of your love and your financial support, I think. And I think that you fought against this energy. Like you stood up for yourself when you saw that it was happening. You had some type of victory, but it took it out of you. The Tower is not just this realizing that this person was influencing you or manipulating you to do something that you didn't want to do. The Tower is wrapped up with that, and that it was everything that came out after that experience unfolded as well. Like it's this big, that's why the Tower is in reverse. Because it's not just a single event, it's like an entity in and of itself, this influence, this relationship that you've had. It had a lot of downstream impacts. For some of you, it could have even been like a legal situation. Let's see. But you've had a victory, or there's a victory coming out of this situation. 8 of Swords. Yeah, it had you feeling very trapped. That person may have set a trap for you to make it difficult for you to get out and force you to stay. Whew. I am getting high antisocial personality vibes. I'm getting high narcissist vibes, high manipulator vibes that practically wrecked you. But there is a victory coming and a period of rest if you have not encountered this already. If you've been fighting this fight, and the victory doesn't mean you got your way, which is weird to say, but sometimes the victory is the rest, the ability to separate yourself. There's nothing here saying there is money in this victory. I think the victory is in the freedom, the release. The victory is the release. Okay, there's definitely going to be an emotional tie here. Tell me about relationships, because this is like a relationship reading. Hermit, you have not wanted to involve yourself in any relationships as a result of this. Boy, do I not blame you. You've been spending a lot of time alone in thought. Three of Wands in reverse. Not wanting, you have not really moved on from this. You're not ready for any relationship. It's still very consuming for you. Yeah, 6 of Cups in reverse. Hermit again, Hermit in reverse, confirming you're very closed off to relationships right now. For most of you, this was a romantic relationship where you were being used and that person was taking advantage of you, influencing you to do things that really harmed you. And I'm so sorry. You know, it's one thing to go to a job and have a crappy boss or work in a toxic environment. A lot of my readings are like career money read. It just comes through me, right? But I feel like that's kind of expected in life. Like it's an exchange. So it doesn't, sometimes there's emotions related to it, but it's not as impactful as like feeling like you've given your heart and your trust to somebody and then realizing that you were being used, because it's like such a betrayal. It's the worst type of betrayal. I feel like it's an incredibly huge betrayal. And it's especially painful if it's somebody that is in your family that you're related to or a very close friend. So these are the worst kind of readings for me, is to just connect with an energy of somebody who's had to live through that or is living through that right now, because I feel an incredible amount of compassion. So, wow. In the action that you need to take, it's like, okay. You know, it's funny. I had this for one of the hardest readings I ever did. I even thought about not posting it. Was a predictive reading for Leo for, I think it was the beginning of this year, 2025. And it was heartbreaking. It was the hardest story I've ever looked at through tarot. And the advice from that reading was incredibly powerful for me. I carried it with me afterwards. I'm not a Leo. I don't have Leo anywhere in my chart, but it was really, really impactful. It was definitely not something, it was definitely energy flowing through me, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I still to this day am impacted by that reading. I'm getting that energy. In the advice on the action that you need to take here is to break yourself free of this pain, right? This closed off feeling. Why wouldn't you close yourself off and protect yourself after a period of so much pain and difficulty? And I do realize, Cancer, I'm sorry that this is probably a very specific read for some people and isn't going to resonate with everyone. But I feel like powerful readings like this come through for a reason because somebody needs to hear it. If it's not yours, it's fine, right? Maybe another area of your chart is yours, or maybe the reading isn't just going to come through for your sign for me this month. It's okay. There's going to be more. But this is important for somebody who needs to find a way to get to the next part of this journey. Like the victory is in the release, but those types of victories don't really feel as happy and full of joy as people might imagine. Sometimes the release is just a period of emptiness, which is a whole nother experience in and of itself that you might not be prepared for or expecting. And it goes hand in hand with the energy of wanting to withdraw, set boundaries, and not set yourself up for that kind of heartbreak again. And the advice, like I said, similar to that Leo reading, which I can link below in case you're interested in just the details there. I don't think it's your reading, but there was some advice in that reading that was very helpful. And it's going out and finding opportunities to volunteer or be charitable with other people. And it can be completely private or on your own. Like you could go to a soup kitchen and not tell anyone about it. Just reach out and say, I'd like to volunteer. I'd like to spend some time doing this. And it may be hard getting yourself out of the house, but there is something important in healing about going and giving of yourself after a time where you've really been through the ringer and being with other people who are also in incredible hardship and being able to give something of yourself to people who you know are not there to take advantage of you. And I'm not saying there's not going to be anybody there who's not going to try and get one over on you. What I'm saying is that it's not that same energy. There is a true need there. Yeah. Maybe the action you need to take is not to be on your own right now. While you want to have this period of withdrawal and space from a relationship, that's fine. But I feel like the action that you're being advised to take is to at least be in the presence of other people. And it doesn't mean you have to be like an active participant. For the first time, I think I've gotten the advice of, it's okay to feel sorry for yourself right now. It's okay to look at what you've lost. And it's okay to spend time healing. But the important part of this action is making sure that you are doing things even when it feels hard. Because I feel so much heaviness, and like it's really hard. Oh, I've got confirmation. I get bubbles in my throat when I'm on the money here. It's hard for some of you to want to even leave the house, want to engage in any way. And if you don't want to engage with people who know about your situation, you don't really feel like having a conversation that involves this circumstance. But that's why I keep feeling this like volunteer energy of where you could just go and like lift boxes, pack kits, feed someone, paint a house, like whatever, just like something where you're physically going and doing something, and you don't have to be joyful or happy or entertaining other people. You're just there to do the work of helping somebody else. And like taking the action of doing the work is also part of the healing that's happening here. This is very much about healing. Okay. Your mental energy. Ooh, you're pissed. I think part of the reason you want to stay alone is because you are so pissed. Justice. You want justice for the situation. Devil, you are having some dark thoughts. You still are very hung up. Boy, these are powerful cards in your mental energy. You want what was taken from you and you want it back. And you want justice. And you're pissed. I mean, that's the long and short of that. Okay, what does your higher self... Hold on, let's not take every card in the deck. What does your higher self want you to know about this situation? Okay. You have a wise higher self, don't we all? Your higher self wants you to know, one, it's about taking a new perspective on the situation. So all of this is here. You'll heal this anger and this need for justice and all of the things that you're feeling right now about what you lost. It will heal in its own time and in its own way. And all of this energy here is an important part of the journey. No one likes to hear that. We all hate it, right? Like, none of us want to be in that season of the journey. Like, F you, tarot reader, right? But your higher self has good advice here in that you will achieve a new perspective on this situation because it has given you this fiery, powerful energy. Creator's energy for something new. I mean, you've already experienced and encountered this because you fought so hard for this victory. I think you're just wiped out right now. And this Emperor energy, you don't have to let it go. You'll need to let go of the anger and the need to be, have revenge. I feel that this is very revenge energy. Well, once you have a new perspective on that, and realize that you're the one that really benefited from this because there's something beautiful here that's coming, or that is already there, actually. It's not coming, it's there. You just haven't seen it yet about yourself. You have this ability to win any battle that you step into. Yeah, when there's disharmony, you can bring harmony to the situation. When everything has been taken from you, when people feel like they're trying to bring you down to the ground and just peel away at you Like you feel like you've had nothing. You've been completely ripped down to your root. Oh, Empress energy in reverse with this Emperor upright. That's an incredibly powerful place to be, because the only direction to go from that place is up. And you're going to see that. It's already there in you. It's already there in you. That's the release that's coming. All right, tell me more about this energy, please. It won't even be a choice. You will be ready to move on to the next leg of your journey once you release. Oh, crap. The ultimate card, the Ten of Pentacles. I like Ten of Pentacles more than I like Ten of Cups most of the time, with the Knight of Wands in reverse. It's like you're walking into, it won't even be a choice once you actually see that this is within you. You've got some healing to do and some releasing to do over there, but you will move on. You'll move into a future of tons of abundance. I mean, that's emotional abundance, that's financial abundance, and we've got King of Wands energy here in reverse. Like you're trouncing whoever this person was in the past. You're leaving them in the dust. They actually might return and see you rise, and that will be the ultimate revenge, which I think is why this is here. Because they think they're the King of Wands, but they are just a master manipulator. They're going to watch you get your pentacles, and there's not going to be anything that they can do about it. You're going to be ready for it when the time comes. Like I said, it won't even be a choice that you're making. You're going to recognize that this is who you are now. All of this energy that's here, this new perspective that you're taking, is about realizing what you've been through and what you're capable of. It doesn't mean there won't be more battles. It means you're ready for any battle that comes your way now. That's some pretty good energy. One card I forgot to pull. I'm just so curious. Dragonfly. Change. Of course, that's the card for this part of the reading. Usually I pull this card first. Yeah, you're changing. You have changed. It's just you're pissed off right now, and you're still healing. Once the healing comes to some type of completion, you're you're like, oh, okay. You know that cartoon She-Ra when we were kids? If any of you were kids when I was a kid, I feel that energy. Like warrior. You're ready for a battle, and you're ready, like you'll be ready for any battle that comes your way, is what I'm saying, which means conquering anything around finances, career, stepping out and trying new things, getting into new relationships, getting this Ten of Pentacles. That's the next leg of your journey. And the best part is they have to watch. All right, Cancer. Well, if this was your reading, I hope that you got something wonderful from it. And if it wasn't your reading, please leave it here. Come back for another. I am a small channel, so I would appreciate a like or a subscribe. That will probably be the only way you'll find me again if you enjoyed this reading or would like to see a future reading. All right, thank you.